As we celebrate the life and times and the great music of John Waite, uh, Tim, talk to me about right now the resurgence. I want to ask you about this, and I love talking about musicians about the resurgence of vinyl coming back. So many artists are starting to reissue stuff and even sell it at shows. I mean, are you a big fan of that?
I never even knew it went away, to be honest with you.
There you go.
I have a record player, and I prefer listening to my music on vinyl still, sound-wise. I think it's great. I mean, I think people are realizing that, sonically, it's just a better way to listen to music, and it's nice that people are starting to reissue records. It makes me feel happy that there's still people out there that care about music to appreciate that.
Well, I'm like you. I don't even know why we really went away from it, because as a kid, putting the headphones on and listening to the vinyl early on, and then obviously too, just when you're sitting there holding an album, you're looking through it, looking through the liner notes, or I just to me, I think that's, I guess, one of the reasons I do love music, that I got a chance to experience that as a young kid, and even the 45s and 33s that we got a chance to get a hold of as well. But recording wise, like when you guys go into a studio, let me ask you this. I mean, do you guys kind of still take those kind of the old days, the ways that they used to do it back in the everybody get in one room together, hash things out? How's the recording process go with John these days?
Well, I mean, when we did Rough and Tumble, which was a studio album, we were all in a room live. I mean, we all came up on the tape days, the 24 tracks, the 16 tracks, where recording was a different process. I mean, it was like, if you made a mistake, you did it again, and it was live in the moment recording. And this was before people had Pro Tools and flew parts around and pitch corrected things. I mean, you actually had to play the song. And we all came up recording that way. So, I mean, even as the technology changed, the mentality didn't change for us. I mean, we were still making music the way we always did. So, we went into that with that same state of mind, where we just went in and played live in the room and got the moment.
What is the most important thing about music for you today, Tim? I mean, I talked to a lot of guys, and it sold millions of records, and just getting signed too. But I always love to ask the question: what is it about music? If you can pinpoint one thing, why do you love to be able to go on stage every night to record? What's so special about it?
I mean, it's it's the best feeling in the world. I mean, it's when you're in a band, you're actually playing music. There's like a telepathy thing that happens. You communicate with each other in a moment. You're all kind of, I call it following the river. You all kind of get in the boat and you're going together down the stream. It's really something that you can't. There's nothing like it else in the world. I mean, you can't really describe it, I guess. But it's the thing that makes you fly for 12 hours and ride in the car for 4 more hours just to play for 75 minutes and then go home. I mean, that's just it's a beautiful thing, playing music.
Absolutely. The song we're going to get ready to spin here too, we talked a little bit off air, and I think definitely highlights John as well so much with his brilliance, and all you guys as well too. But Further the Sky, great song. Now this will be a debut for me. I've played this guy's catalog so much, but there's still songs that I still find, like The Dying Man there, The Babies we just rolled there. But Further the Sky, tell me why it's so. Why is it so important to you for this song right here? Because I'm anxious to hear this as well.
Well, I mean, it's a great song, and it was recorded. I mean, we tried it a couple different ways, a couple different situations, and we just, John felt like we didn't really get it. And finally, we brought in Shane Fontaine to play guitar, and Roger Carter came in to play drums, and we kind of just reapproached it again, the three of us with John singing, and kind of learned it on the spot and played it. And the recording is basically the performance of the song. I mean, it's live as it's going to get, and I think it's one of John's vocals are always great, but I think it's just one of his great vocals, and it was a great moment. It's a real moment,
I'll tell you what an honor it is to be here with Tim Hogan tonight as we celebrate the life and the times of John Waite with one of the great players on this planet, Tim Hogan here. Debut for us here tonight as we celebrate John Waite. It's Further the Sky. as MMT rocks.
When you don't know where you're going and you don't know why, it feels like another day's beating into the night. Lay your head on my chest while my beating heart pounds out the reason for this.
Well, always a great surprise when you can get a song sprung on you. And then no better way to, Tim, I can't thank you enough for leading me onto this song right here. But yeah, definitely John shines on this. Further this guy. And does that make it into the set list at all over the tour runs? Does that ever happen?
No, we haven't actually ever played that live.
Wow. Would that be something maybe that you could bring to the table? So, you know what, man, we might ought to throw that in the set just for a surprise. Would you like to see that happen, maybe?
Oh God, yeah, I'd love to. I'd really love to.
we spoke about FM radio off the air there. Jim Ladd, a friend to me in the station here, and you talked about Jim kind of coming in and introducing, and as John released Rough and Tumble as well. Talk about the FM radio, some of your best experiences as a kid or even an adult. What made FM radio so special to you as a listener over the years? Rock and roll radio, obviously.
Well, I think, as being a kid and being exposed to, the AM pop radio stuff, and then as you kind of get a little bit more in tune with music and you're so obsessed with it and mystified by it, and, you listen to the FM station at night and they would play album cuts, and the DJs were much more serious and had a real voice instead of the regular AM radio voice. And it's a whole kind of world, and you're listening to Pink Floyd for the first time or any of that stuff. I mean, it just really, it was like this magic coming out of this little speaker. Yeah. And it's just, I still think of music that way. Mm-hmm. It was a great time.
First, a really musical moment for you, whether it be a concert or the first time you pick up an instrument. What sold you on this journey? I mean, what was the song, or maybe the first bass line, a guitar? I mean, anything. Can you let us know what really put you on the impact to say, you know what, I'm going to do this the rest of my life?
I never really thought, like, as much as I was obsessed from like a young child with music. I mean, I was just obsessed with it. And it never dawned on me to play an instrument it just didn't, I thought that was something that other people did. Yeah. And one day when I was a little kid, I went in a music store, and I asked the guy why there was only 4 strings on one guitar and there was 6 on another. And he plugged it in, he said, it's a bass. And he hit the low E string, and this surge went up my spine, like my hair stood up straight. Yeah. And for some reason, I was just like, that's, just hit me. Yeah. So, and never thinking that you would ever get anywhere than your bedroom, and then you're playing in clubs, and then you're playing, and then next thing I'm playing with John. I mean, it's been a hero of mine my whole life, and I'm in this band, and I'm a friend, and it's just an amazing journey to music. I mean, it's taken me around the world.
God, man, that's amazing, and God bless you for it. We're going to close with Change, and we're going to bring your wife on when we come back as well here. Jim, tell the folks how they can get a hold of you via whether it be Facebook or a website. What's the best way to get hold of Tim Hogan?
I have a website, TimHoganMusic.com.
Right.
TimHoganBass.com. I'm sorry. and reach. The whole band is. We're always kind of available through JohnWaiteTheSinger.com, which is John's official website. Right. We all kind of, that's our kind of a home base. So we're available through that.
We're going to finish it off here with this portion of the segment with Tim here with Change. To me, one of the great songs, I'm sure, to play live for you every night, Tim, and we can't thank you enough. We're going to be bringing your wife on next as we celebrate the life and times of John Waite. Thank you so much, Tim, for giving us an opportunity to bring you on.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
You got it. To have Tim's better half here, Keesha, How you doing out there tonight in the great state of California?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. And I thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to bring you on. And tell me, what's it like to be married into this rock and roll lifestyle and this life of music? Tell me, if you wouldn't mind, what's so special about it?
Oh my goodness, it's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think when we first started dating, I just kind of knew, you know, what was going to be first, or I don't want to say first because that sounds negative, but it was never like that. I just always knew that music was his passion, and that was just who he was, and it was just a very big turn. That's what made me turn on to him so much. It was just who he was, and because of that is because why we have such a great relationship.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's hard when they leave. I actually think it is hard because we love each other so much, but it's actually a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
He's doing what he wants to do. There's nothing better than that.
Well, I think that if we all could take that approach right there, well, I think we'd be better off. So, tell us about John Wade. How has he shaped you as a vocalist?
That man. John Wade is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
He's the coolest dude I think that I've ever met, besides my husband, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I love about him. What I love about him the most is that he really keeps it real.
Yeah.
No matter what, he doesn't. If he feels a certain way about something, he won't budge on that for anything.
Mm-hmm.
He sticks to his guns. He won't budge on it people will come to him and give him the most amazing opportunity or whatever it may be for him in the moment. And he'll stick to his guns so much in the way that he believes in what he feels and how he wants things, so much that he'll turn down this, huge thing because that's what he believes,
mm-hmm.
In so much. Yeah. I love that about him.
Tell me what's so special about this song?
I love this song. My friend Warren and I got together and we were trying to think of a way to kind of say whenever you're younger and you're dating someone and you kind of want to be with somebody else, or you're rebounding and you know it and you don't want to hurt this new person or whatever's going on. How could we say that in a really cool, kind of clever, sweet way where you still love this person, that maybe you don't want to, give into them like you too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we came up with a way that we thought that would be really cool. And I know our friend Liz she heard it the first time. It was on YouTube, and she loved the way that it was laid out.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to share that with you.
Well, we can't wait to get on. Liz, Rita, and Michelle, all super supporters and fans of Tim and you and John, and it's great to have folks like that on your side, isn't it?
Very cool. Yes, thank you.
Tell us how we can get this song and how we can stay in contact with you, if you would, my friend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can check it out on KeeshaScott-HoganMusic.com. It's also going to be on iTunes within the next couple of days. Hopefully.
Well, we're going to make sure to let folks know how to get that as well. Now, do we have a Twitter page or Facebook page as well that they can link up to?
I'm at Keesha Hogan.
All right. Yeah.
And also for Facebook, just facebook.com/Keesha.Scott.
Absolutely. A debut with Keesha Scott-Hogan here tonight on Radio Whitesburg as we celebrate the life and times of John Wade. Thank you so much, Keesha.
Thank you.
Here you go.